By far the best known variant of Germanic paganism lies in the mythology of the Viking Age, which was adhered to by the Norsemen in the early medieval era, even as the rest of their Germanic cousins eventually adopted Latin Christianity. However, we should not assume that Norse paganism was the exact same as the rites practiced by their ancestral relatives of antiquity. After all, they were separated by over 700 years. With that said, anyone familiar with the Viking Pantheon would certainly find some familiar faces among the gods of the Suebi, Alemanni and Marcomanni. On the subject of Germanic faith, Tacitus had this to say: "Of the gods, they worship Mercury the most, to whom on certain days they count even the sacrifice of human life lawful. Hercules and Mars they appease with animal life as is permissible." The deities the Roman historian mentions are distinctly Olympian in nature, but Tacitus was actually drawing parallels between native Germanic gods and the Greco-Roman pantheon. Mercury in this case was Wodanaz, an early form of Odin, thus associated as both he and Mercury were messengers for the gods and guides between the mortal world and the afterlife. Hercules was probably Donar, who, like the ancient Greek hero, was a great warrior, adventurer, and beast slayer. His mighty hammer was associated with Hercules' club. As one might have guessed, Donar was an early form of Thor. Meanwhile, Mars was equated to Tyr, a minor deity by the time of the Viking Age, but a highly important patron of war and wisdom during antiquity. Although Tacitus compared him to the Roman god of war, he was most likely derived from the Proto-Indo-European Deus, the same god from which the Greek Zeus and Roman Jupiter evolved from. So while it is easy to dismiss Tacitus's rebranding of the Germanic gods into Roman ones, they were actually more interconnected than most realize.